bottom of some shit, and it's gonna take some questions being asked. All right? Because this lecture is titled Sub-Zero Technology, the truth about winter. All right? So, it get cold in a motherfucker in the wintertime, don't it, y'all? We do not like that shit, man. We do not like that winter time. No, we don't. When that cold air get to get into your ass, it's over with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this laptop up and we gonna ask a couple questions and get this lecture rolling. Cause asking questions is how you always get to the bottom of stuff, you know. And it always starts, like I say, you want to start with asking the basic questions, family. Just basic little questions. You know, it don't really take a rocket scientist. We're gonna decode this winter shit. Cause see, I'm gonna tell y'all about winter first, all right, and what winter really is, and why they created winter and all of that. But we gonna go through some questions too. All right, I'm gonna use their Wikipedia to prove my thesis about winter time. All right, so this is my thesis, class. All right, this thesis. I'm telling y'all that winter is not normal to the planet. It is not natural to the atmosphere, and that these draconian reptilians and the human beings created winter as a technological weapon to hurt our avatars and keep us, the gods and goddesses, black and Latinos, carbonated beings, in a weakened state. That's what I'm saying, right? That's my thesis. So now I'm gonna prove my motherfucking thesis. You feel me? So first, let's ask this question. All right, what is winter? And I'm gonna flip the camera around and shit so y'all can see what the fuck going on. Don't even worry about it. All right, y'all gonna see what the fuck going on out there. All right, don't even worry about the shit. Just calm the fuck down, be cool. You know, somebody, man, I can't see, God. Before you even use your phalanges to type it, relax, God. I'm gonna grab the camera and flip it for you. Let me type. I don't even gotta type it in first, nigga. I'm already trying to light the. Y'all know how y'all. Hey, flip the camera around. Like I'm not gonna flip it around. I want y'all to see what the fuck I'm talking about. You know I'm gonna flip it around. Why wouldn't I flip the camera around? Somebody writing like that. I was so thinking that he in my head. All right, so we got Google pulled up. All right, what is winter? Let's put the question in. Let's go, class. There go the question. What is winter? We in there. Let's go up in there. Let's ask basic questions. All right? Let's go to Wikipedia. Because this where they want to send you for all your information. So I like to go here to discredit they little lying ass and shit. All right, so let's talk about it. We're going to read their first paragraph out loud so we can hear what they saying what winter is. And, of course, we think we all know. You know, it's somebody right now like, why would he ask what winter is? Like, we don't know what the fuck winter is. We grown as hell. See, and them the questions like that attitude be the reason why you don't know what the fuck winter really is. You got to start with basic questions. We have to unlearn all the motherfucking bullshit. All right? All the bullshit we have to unlearn. We are moving in a whole new phase, so we are relearning. We are starting from scratch. We know they lied, so now all the shit they lied about, we are relearning on our own, okay? So let's find out what winter really is. Because for a long-ass time, we all thought winter was a normal part of the seasons. They told us winter was a natural season to the planet, all right? We are talking about winter. All right, so let's break it down. Winter is the coldest season of the year in polar and temperate zones. It does not occur in most of the tropical zone. It occurs after autumn and before spring in each year. Winter is caused by the axis of the earth in that hemisphere. All right, so for those of you who don't know what the hemispheres are, you have two. You have the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. All of the countries that's in the top part are in the northern hemisphere. The countries in the bottom are in the southern hemisphere. So think Africa, think South America, those southern, they say that's your southern hemisphere type countries. When you talk in North America, Canada, shit like that, we like northern hemisphere. All right, but let's keep reading though. All right, so where we at? Oh, okay, here we is. So this is what they saying. Winter is caused by the axis of the earth in that hemisphere being oriented away from the sun. All right. So what they basically telling you is that winter is caused because it's two separate hemispheres, and that when the earth rotates on its axis toward the northern hemisphere, that means the sun is facing the southern hemisphere. So when it's hot in the summer, when it's hot in the southern hemisphere, which they call summer, they say that's what makes it cold in the northern hemisphere, which they call winter. All right. And when it's hot in the northern hemisphere, we call it summer here, and when it's cold in the southern hemisphere, they call it winter. All right. So they saying right here in Wikipedia that the earth is rotating on its axis and the sun is moving from one point to the next at separate times from these two hemispheres, which is causing this cold weather. That's what they saying. All right. Now let's keep going. All right. Different cultures define different dates as the start of winter, and some use a definition based on weather. All right. So a lot of y'all didn't know right there. Let me read it again. Different cultures define different dates as the start of winter, and some use a definition based on weather. So right here, what they basically saying, because see, I got to break this shit down, because some of us are just read. We don't know how to stop and break down and decode what the fuck it is that we're reading. A lot of us don't know how it's called, don't know how to infer. You know, it's called infer. You have to know how to read between the lines. All right. So different cultures define different, keyword, different dates. All right. So the key word right here is cultures and different dates. Okay. So different cultures, all right, define different dates, all right, as the start of winter. All right. So this means that when one culture saying it's wintertime, the other culture ain't even calling it that, because winter is based upon what the fuck cultures believe. Okay? And each culture has their own different dates as their start of winter. Okay, so if winter is something that's normal to the atmosphere, cultures, which is the gods, goddesses, or people, should not be able to change something that's supposed to not be man-made. Remember, they told us that winter is natural to the atmosphere. So how can different cultures have different dates as their own start of winter? And then they say even some uses a definition based on weather. All right? So some cultures in some places call winter based upon what they believe in their culture. In some places, winter is based on when it actually starts to get cold. Okay? So like, for example, a lot of us, let's talk about the gods and goddesses, who this really affects, us. We thought, especially over here in America, because that's where we at right now, so we gonna talk where we at. Man, over here in America, you ain't gonna never tell me we ain't never consider winter. We just thought winter was when it started getting cold. Nigga, when it started getting cold, nigga, and we started seeing snow and leaves falling and shit, we like, man, it's winter time. We grabbing Timbs, niggas grabbing hoodies. We ready to get our winter gear, you know what I'm saying? So that was always considered, that was winter to us. And then when you think of winter, you get to thinking of the holidays. You know, you get to thinking Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. All of that is winter to us, especially back in school. You love winter because we used to get our little 2-week winter break. You know what I'm saying? This is back when time was still, a little time spell was in full effect. So, you know, a 2-week break used to be longer than a motherfucker. Nigga, 2 weeks go so fast, you blink your eye, 3-5 months then went by. You like, damn, it's already, you know what I'm saying? We was just coming in 2020. We going to 2021. All right? That's because they time spell breaking down. All right? But pay attention to that, though. Because, see, a lot of us are sit here and be like, we know what shit is, but we don't go look up what they are saying shit is. Okay? They being our oppressors. Our oppressors giving us these definitions. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget who writing and conscribing this shit. All right? All right? Let's not forget that, family. But you can still catch the oppressor lying by reading his manipulation. Okay? This is why you want to ask a basic question like, what is winter? Like, but we'll sit here and be like, I'm grown, so we don't ask these questions. Because we too busy trying to go work in they factories. All right? Ain't even spending no time with your own motherfucking kids. You got your kids in front of some other random adults for 8 hours a day while you at work busting your ass for some motherfuckers who flying on jets, sleeping good, don't give two fucks about you. All right? So, you know, our oppressors is writing this shit. Okay? So, always, we got to keep this in mind whenever we researching shit online by them or we reading books. This is why the best way to find out the truth is to go within. All right? Listen, it's dangerous to go play with this shit if you haven't went within. I've did the work. I've went within. So I can come back and use they shit to show y'all the difference because they can't confuse me. I can use their Bible to break they shit down to make my points because that shit don't confuse me. But if you haven't went within yourself, you taking everything they ever wrote as the law. All right? But let's keep reading about what they wrote about winter. All right? So now we know that winter is not when it get cold. Winter is based upon different, like people is deciding when it's winter, basically. You know what I'm saying? People deciding this shit. It ain't based on no weather. Winter has nothing to do with no weather. All right? Now check this out. When it is winter in the northern hemisphere, it is summer in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa, like I just told y'all. In many regions, winter is associated with snow and freezing temperatures. All right? The moment of winter solstice is when the sun's elevation with respect to the north or south pole is at its most negative value. That is, the sun is at its farthest below the horizon as measured from the pole. The day on which this occurs has the shortest day and the longest night. All right? So, with day length increasing and night length decreasing as the season progresses after the solstice. The earliest sunset and latest sunrise dates outside the polar regions differ from the date of the winter solstice. However, and these depend on latitude due to the variation in the solar day throughout the year caused by Earth's elliptical orbit. These motherfuckers be lying, right? So let me break this shit down for the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know, break this shit down for the hood, man. Let me check my battery real quick. Hold on, y'all. We good. Let me break down what y'all just read, because, you know, that shit can be read and you ain't grabbing everything. So look, right? This is what they saying. Because they try to use a lot of big ass words sometimes to throw you off. All right. So when they talking about, let me read it. I broke that down to y'all. Okay, boom. They say in many regions, winter is associated with snow and freezing temperatures. Okay, good. This is how you research. So now basically winter is defined by snow and freezing temperatures because, hold on, let me flip it around so y'all can see it. It say it right there. All right. Hold on, where it's at? In many regions, winter is associated with snow and freezing temperatures. Okay, because they ain't really give us a lot to work with when they talked about these different cultures and how they define what winter is. But they did give us something to click on with snow and freezing. So if winter is defined by snow and freezing, then let's go find out what snow is. This is how you do research, family. You go dig in this shit. You see what I'm saying? You got to dig in this shit. You can't be lazy. You got to dig in this shit. Okay, so if winter is snow, now that means we need to find out what the fuck snow is then. Okay? So let's see what they got to say about snow. All right? So snow is comprised of individual ice crystals. Oh, there go them ice crystals I was telling y'all about if you've been keeping up. Because I touch on a lot of stuff when I teach. But I always taught y'all I'm going to always make specific lectures just based on one subject. That's how you don't confuse people. So this is strictly about this. But if you've been listening, I've mentioned ice crystals before. But let's keep reading, though. Snow comprises individual ice crystals that grow while suspended in the atmosphere. So that means they basically saying that these ice crystals grow in the air. Okay, so let's find out how they grow in the air. Okay, so they say usually within the clouds. Okay, so now we know that these ice crystals grow in the clouds, to be exact, which we know clouds are man-made. Okay, let's keep reading though. And then fall, accumulating on the ground where they undergo further changes. It consists of frozen crystalline waters throughout its life cycle, starting when under suitable conditions the ice crystals form in the atmosphere. All right? They increase the millimeter size, precipitate, and accumulate on surfaces. Then metamorphose into place and ultimately melt, slide, or sublimate away, which means melt away. Same shit. All right? So, check this out, right? They basically told you that snow is nothing but a bunch of ice crystals. Okay? So, before we move on to that, we need to ask something else though. Let's find out exactly, let's ask Google real quick before let's stay focused, class. Exactly how long does winter last? We need to find out this. How long does winter last? All right, because I'm trying to show y'all how this shit is sub-zero technology. Oh, there go that number 3. Okay, so winter lasts 3 months to be exact. That's their definition, y'all. I didn't say it. They said it. Oh, let's see if about 89 days. I wonder why they use 8 and the 9. Okay. We're going to act like we don't know what's going on. So we're going to try to see, we're going to go, what are the 3 months of winter? The seasons are defined as spring, March, April, May, summer, June, July, August, autumn, September, October, November, and winter, December, January, February. 3 months of winter, people. All right? So we know it's 3 months of winter. So we need to get down to the bottom of these ice crystals, all right? We're going to keep that number 3 in our head, too. All right? Oh, no, Google ain't going to never give all the information Jonathan Eaton. They never will, God. You know, I like the cross reference. Pay attention, though, God. So, all right, so we focus on these ice crystals right now. We got to find out what are these ice crystals, because these ice crystals is what forms snow. Okay? So, let's go. Let's see what they got to say about these ice crystals. Let's go back. Let's click into it. What are ice crystals? Up. There we go. Ice crystals. Let's talk about it. Ice crystals are solid ice exhibiting atomic ordering on various limb scales and include hexagonal columns, hexagonal plates, dendritic crystals, and diamond dust. Okay? Let's look at the geometry of an ice crystal. That's the geometry of an ice crystal, y'all. Now, they never taught us about sacred geometry. All right? But you have to be from a certain universe to make this type of technology right here, all right? These ice crystals, all right? This is how ice crystal look. All right? Common ice crystals are symmetrical and have hexagonal patterns. All right? Now, let's look at another one up close. Ice crystal. That's how an ice crystal look up close. These are what compile on top of each other to make what we believe are snowflakes. All right? But I'm about to show y'all how this is all technology that was made to hurt us in our planet, in our atmosphere. This is not natural at all. All right? Check this out. Let me go back. Let me show y'all something. Scroll down. Where is the... Hold on. Let me go back up. Because I want to show y'all exactly the formation of these ice crystals. All right? You need to pay attention to the numbers in the formation of the ice crystal. It's mathematics. Actually, this is supreme mathematics that I'm showing y'all. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So they have a hexagonal pattern. All right. That means it is six-sided. Okay. So these ice crystals, all right, have water molecules that line up to form a six-sided shape called a hexagon. All right. This is the formation of a snowflake. Because snowflakes are millions of ice crystals compiled on top of each other. So this is basically a snowflake, the breakdown of how a snowflake looks. It breaks down to an ice crystal. And ice crystals are water molecules that have lined up on top of each other to form six-sided, all right, six-sided shapes. All right, these are called hexagon. That's why they call it. Common ice crystals are symmetrical and have a hexagonal pattern. All right, hexagons are six-sided. All right, now why is this important? Because this is technology that was created in the sixth universe. All right, the reason that these ice crystals, which is what snow is, have hexagonal formations, which are six-sided, is because they were formed in the sixth universe. All right, so what is in the sixth universe? The planet Nern, where human beings come from, is located in the sixth universe. All right, these ice crystals is nothing more than hold on. Let's talk about it real quick. All right, these ice crystals, right? And we're gonna flip back over there. Oh, let's break this down. So let's talk about this real quick. So to understand why I'm emphasizing the planet Nern, and I'm showing y'all the shapes of these ice crystals, because I'm showing you what a snowflake is and why what snow really is. Okay? And then I'm breaking it down to the molecular structure to show you the molecular structure of a snowflake. All right? So that you can see it yourself. So when I say what I'm finna say next, you can be like, oh, okay. Because you know the science behind a snowflake now. All right? And you also know that winter is defined by snow and freezing. Because the other definition they gave us of winter, they basically told you motherfuckers decide when winter is on their own. Because all different cultures got their own version of winter. They got their own dates. So the only groundwork they gave us to work with when we looked up what is winter anyway is that we know that it lasts 3 months, all right, and that it goes through a winter solstice, which we finna break the winter solstice down, and that is defined by snow and freezing. All right, so before we keep going, I have to tell y'all the true story of winter, and then we're gonna finish everything else. All right, so for those of you who've been in the university, I told y'all about this war that broke out on this planet between Satan, which is Zeus, and all the gods that sided with him and us. Now remember I told y'all, after we whooped Satan's ass, we whooped his whole ass, and them other gods and goddesses that was here, they jumped in trying to help him, and they got their ass whooped too. And they bitch ass all went to Nern. I've been telling y'all that all year, right? In the beginning, I told y'all that when Zeus got to Nern, that's when he started his eugenics program, where he started splicing and creating these human beings. Okay? So, now, I also told you that on Nern has 2 moons, no sun. I repeat, on the planet Nern, where human beings were created, they do not have a sun. They have 2 moons, no sun. All right? Now, Nern is located where? In the 6th universe. So, for those of you who just coming in class, you don't know how many universes it is, there are 9 universes. All right? You can access 12. All right? But there are 9 total. Okay? We are located, this planet right here is the 999th planet, and it's located in the 9th universe. Get familiar with the cosmos. We're talking about the cosmos right now. Okay? So, Satan is a scientist. He was the head scientist. He went by many names. I told y'all, Yakub, Satan, Prometheus, Marduk. He has many names. Zeus. But he was the head scientist. So, of course, when he went to Planet Nern, he was going to create more madness. Because that was his intent. He's still a god. And that was his intent. So, when he created these human beings, they come from a frozen planet. And all they know is war. That's why I did a lecture yesterday on the Clone Wars. And I said, hey, don't nobody war like these humans. Get prepared. Because where they come from on a planet, Nern, that's all they did was war. When Zeus created them. He created vampires. He created werewolves. He created the ogres. That's what Shrek is, an ogre. They exist. They all on the planet Nern. He created the monkey. The monkey was created. The monkey was the first creation that Zeus created when he was that Satan created when he was trying to create these human beings on the planet Nern, which is located in the 6th universe. All right, but just like we have like warriors amongst our species, Zeus created some warriors on his planet, and they called the Dark Elves. And the Dark Elves, they are practitioners of different spells. They travel the cosmos, basically going on planets, manipulating innocent beings and elemental beings out of their resources in their realms. That's what the Dark Elves do. They're like the pirates of the cosmos. But they were created by Satan as well, these Dark Elves. Okay, so they showed you the Dark Elves on Avengers. Let me see if I can pull them up. Thor. We'll show you exactly how the Dark Elves look. Hold on. They called them, here they go. They called them the Ice Giants in Thor. But in reality, these are the dark. Remember in Hollywood, they show y'all the truth in all their movies. Okay? So let me show y'all, remember Thor is about the Asgardians, but they make Thor look white. They show him as a white person, but the Asgardians look like us. They actually blue, red, and green still, because they never lost. They still breathe hydrogen. We breathe oxygen, remember? So that made us rust out, and it causes your skin to wrinkle. It causes the avatar to age, because you're basically suffocating your avatar slowly. That's what oxygen does to us. You feel me? Oxygen is for human beings. They breathe that shit, but it hurts us. See, people think, when y'all think people get older, you see old people's skin start getting real wrinkly, that don't come from them getting older. That ain't real. That comes from them breathing the oxygen, which causes their metallics in the body to rust out. Once the metallics rust out, that causes dehydration, which causes the skin to start sagging and looking wrinkly and all of that shit. That's what it's from us breathing oxygen. Because this atmosphere was hydrogen at first. I'm giving y'all the science on this shit, family. So look, I'm finna show y'all these dark elves that's on planet Nern. They on the movie Thor. They showed them to you in Thor, but they called them the Ice Giants. But notice they called them Ice Giants because these motherfuckers really are the creators of ice. Right? They the creators of the sub-zero weather, the Dark Elves. And that was magic that Zeus gave them. He bestowed upon them. All right? And if you watched my live about a month ago, I told y'all I had a war with the Dark Elves. I was coming back to my astral body. I was coming back from the astral planes to my real body one night, and I was surrounded by Dark Elves. And I told y'all about that about a month ago. If y'all been keeping up in the universe about these Dark Elves. But yeah, they exist. They are the ones that created this sub-zero technology that we know is ice and snow and winter. They have it's called sub-zero technology. They have 3 weapons of sub-zero technology, just like they got 3 months of winter. They got the snow, and what always follows the snow, y'all? Ice. All right? So check it out. 3 months of winter. All right? 3 weapons to this sub-zero technology. First one is what they call in winter, which is when it starts to get chilly. That comes from the ice crystals that we talking about, right? The second weapon, they make it snow. The third weapon, they freeze up the snow. Feel me? These are the three weapons of their sub-zero technology that they call winter. So, and this comes from the Dark Elves. They are the inventors of this technology. Let's look at them though. They showed them to you in Thor. Here they go. But yeah, them the Dark Elves, they fighting.
Please make it a challenge for me.
You see how they control the ice? Their ability is to control this ice. Oh, here they call them the Ice Giants.